Welcome back, everyone. I'm your manager X, and this is Lobotomy Corporation. We do have a new abnormality, and there's also a few other things I'll have to talk about. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. 0530, but nothing was like a music it makes when it eats a human. I've already looked this thing up, and what I'm going to do for this particular day is we're going to get everything from this abnormality, and then we're resetting. Well, we're not going to do a full reset. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the previous memory thing, which is conveniently the day before this one. Mainly because this thing is going to destroy us all. The biggest issue with this thing is it's one of those situations where if you have high stats, it triggers. And since I need high stats to ensure I don't cause problems, yeah, it's a bit of an issue. So, and dive right in here. We'll skip this because we don't need to worry about it. Needs to go over here. All right. Alright, so I've been doing grinding as we've been going along, as usual. I definitely recommend if you are going to try to grind and stuff, probably just to go ahead and wait until you get to hay and wild types, because it's super slow with Zayn and Teths. You just don't get that much experience from doing them. As you can see, I've made a little bit more progress. Main things I've been kind of working on is trying to get the eyepiece here, but it's 8% chance, so it's not particularly high. I did pick this up just simply because I needed something with high stats or of hay rank to kind of cover some other stuff. That, and I didn't really like the other abnormalities that were chosen. I don't do anything with Shylock today because I don't like the gift it gives. The can of well cheers has been actually kind of dangerous. It's a Zayn type, but it actually can cause instant death. If you recall the story, it mentions like blacking out and waking up on a fishing boat. That happens whenever you get a bad result, and that can happen even with doing instinct and insight work. So far I've had it trigger twice. The good news is when it triggers, as long the employee will go unconscious and then the chamber will fill with water. As long as you end the day before it finishes doing whatever it's doing, you won't lose the employee. So I managed to save Vermilia thanks to that. And I actually just ended the previous day because our newest recruit, Lyrica, is managed to get a bad result. And so, well, she was about to get a bad result. I didn't even let it finish. I just ended it there. Problem is, it's my only source for a mouth gift. So even though it's just 2 HP, but I've been trying to get as much extra stats as possible. Other things to note is I did pick up Funeral of Dead Butterflies. Yes, it escapes very often, but since I don't have to worry about anyone dying particularly, triggering anything else, it's actually kind of safe because I can easily defeat it. And it provides a right back gift, which is, gives +1 to practically everything. And since you very rarely get any gifts that go to the back, it's actually a pretty good thing to pick up. The last thing I'll talk about is the fact I picked up Queen of Hatred. I actually did not do this on purpose. So I did a bunch of grinding last night, like 2 hours worth, like 2+ hours worth. I was just constantly trying to get gifts. I was having really bad luck on getting gifts, and all of a sudden my the game stopped responding. So I really did not want to lose all that progress, so I kind of waited. And all of a sudden, like, while I was, like, clicking and doing other things, all of a sudden I heard it activate again. So I was like, okay. It made the sound of, like, whenever you click the Finish Day button. And when I came back to it, the screen was still frozen. And I was, like, clicking around. It said it wasn't frozen. And when I was bouncing over the frozen screen, I could hear the buttons for the Day Complete menu come up. So, what I ended up doing is I pulled up my old videos and looked at the positioning of all the buttons and kind of moused over until I heard the little sounds and kind of progressed blind. Which means I had to pick a abnormality completely blind, and this is what I got. Now, this trick only worked because I hit a memory repository which auto-saves automatically, because I got all the way to the point where I was able to click the top right button to start the day, and that's when it crashed on me. But since it created a memory repository, I am stuck with Queen of Hatred, but I didn't lose any of my progress. Overall, I'm not too worried about Queen of Hatred. Like, really the big issue with Queen of Hatred before was because, like, if she escapes, she's going to kill a lot of clerics, and killing a lot of clerics triggered everything else. So in this case, it's not too bad. Honestly, she's also really easy to deal with, even if you don't want to kill clerics. All you have to do is just try to do a work, get up to 16 boxes, and then immediately trigger the meltdown. And what will happen is you'll hit kill off counter 1, and then you'll finish the work, and it'll switch back to 2. In fact, you can actually finish the work, and while she's doing her animation and finishing up all that stuff, you can actually still trigger the meltdown, and it'll usually still flip back to 2. Anyway, I just wanted to go over all of that, just to kind of explain my progress so far. Like I said, it's been a little slow going because I've been getting pretty weak abnormalities, and I've been trying to avoid ones that would cause me pain in the future. I also specifically picked up the shelter, because the shelter is always useful. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. This thing is a hay type, I know that much. The machine takes the shape of a long cuboid. So we'll go ahead and start the day. We're going to end up restarting, but I'm going to go ahead and start the day first. So this thing has a kill counter of 1 to begin with, and we're just going to show off what will happen. So anyone that has Fortitude 4, anyone that has lower than 2 or lower Temperance will trigger this thing, and anyone that has 4 or higher Fortitude will trigger this thing. So let's send in Sarah. I don't remember what best. We'll go yeah, we'll go Instinct, I guess. I'll trigger this and see what happens. It has an extremely powerful suction force. If 00530 had a power switch, Sarah might have been more comfortable working. Sarah is working on 00530 with extreme caution. Sarah does not have enough guts to open the lid to check 00530's next activation. 00530 is not responding as it is still finishing up what it's left over. Yep, and then she just goes crazy and just dives in. Alright. And then here, it made one of the clerks go crazy. Epsilon 31 here. And essentially what she's going to do is she's going to beat down somebody, and then when they are quote-unquote killed, take the body here and throw it in there, and then she'll die, and then another person will go crazy. Supposedly you can do this and to prevent it from happening, because if you let it happen, it'll just keep going and going, and more bodies will just get thrown into the meat grinder. So that's what we have to deal with. So real quick, I'm just going to check this. Instinct could work. Also, if you get a bad result, that will also cause problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a retry. So yeah, I'm at day 17. The last memory repository was 16. So any progress I make on this thing and any egos I unlock should be fine. What won't carry over is any experience, or I think gifts I get won't carry over either. So literally, we're just going to dive into this thing. Well, not literally. So that's what we've got to deal with. So what we're going to do is we'll send Lily White. We do need to keep an eye on Queen of Hatred. So I'll tell you what, we'll send you down here just to kind of keep an eye on it. Alright. Now, as long as I don't get a bad result, I should be fine. Okay. So that's 19 boxes. There's a lot of information here, but we'll work. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I could do it. Boop. An employee with level 4 or more Fortitude dives into O0530 to operate it after completing the work. The employee with level 2 or less Temperance dives into O0530 to operate it after completing the work. When the work result was bad, its kill-off counter is decreased. When the kill-off counter reached 0, the employee who entered the containment room dived into O0530 to operate. When the machine was working, one of the nearby employee complained that she can hear the continuous melody from nowhere. We have decided to call this phenomenon Bewitched. Employee Space fainted after being attacked by employee Amelia. After the attack, employee Amelia made a conscious space get sucked into O0530. By the look of it, it may look like a simple grinder, but the existence of the thing's own will fills the criteria of abnormality. Except from interview log. I was supposed to be sent in alone. The abnormality looked rather unassuming. Something like a machine used in a factory, as it didn't react to anything. But that day, insisted that we had to go there. He kept on saying that the Pale Horse has responded to them. I didn't think Pale Horse was thinking about me when it responded. Most of the abnormalities that I take care of are safe. Also, I'm very lucky. I thought that day would be the same. There you go. So yeah, we'll take this slow. We're just gonna get all the information from this thing and move on. That's the plan. I'm not going to risk buffing out my Fortitude or anything like that. We're just going to do this. We do not want this thing around because, like we've seen before, the meltdown protection gets removed very often towards the end. So we don't want it. Singing machine. Closely observed the abnormality. I just wanted to write the report quickly and get out. But he was thinking differently. He was sure there wouldn't be an abnormality that doesn't have special powers. I warned him not to get too close, but took one step closer, and suddenly the thing came to life, opened its lid, and swallowed him whole. Literally swallowed him. The lid closed and a loud noise came from the inside of the creature. There was no way of knowing what was happening, but I was too terrified to do anything. But yeah, I don't want this thing around, just at all. So we'll do all this, finish the day, and then I'll go back to my grinding. Fortunately, it's going to reset my grinding from the previous day as well, but I'm okay with that. That puts us at 19. Yep. And then this thing has a Harmony Cheek, which is neat. When attacked by white damage, recover by 20% of damage and attack speed plus 10. It increases HP. This thing can actually be a bit dangerous because increase your HP means it will actually potentially increase your Fortitude rank, and that's enough to potentially trigger the thing. Also, this thing has no armor, it just has a weapon. So hopefully that'll make that go quickly. Singing machine didn't move in the slightest. As long as I don't get a bad result, I should be fine. Boop, 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 boop. The moment I get a bad result, though, I'll have to reset. So, pray that Lily White here does the job. I haven't gone over all the characters, by the way, but we'll get there eventually. We'll worry about that once I actually get to the end. Alright, so I need 120 boxes and then I'll be completely done, which conveniently would put me very close to finishing this. Alright. I'll show you what I've shown this trick off before, but I'll show it again, just for anyone that has to deal with Queen of Hatred. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to go here, do some work. Also, the Queen of Hatred has a really good ego gift, so she's kind of worth... Also, I mean, her weapon and suit are just amazing. What we'll do, we're just going to keep an eye on this. The magic number, of course, is 16 boxes. Yeah. Should be enough. But yeah, you see it dropped and it went back up. That one I kind of took a bit to cut a little close, but that's okay. Keep working. Magic number, like I mentioned before, is 120. Average results kind of scare me. As long as we get above 7, we should be fine. We're not cutting it too close yet. And hay types don't get the penalty every time you work on it, so... Her stats. I mean, Temperance 5, Prudence 5, she should be okay. She's just tanking the white damage. And then after that, do what we can. If she gets the ego gift, I will have to make sure that she didn't hit Temperance 4. More likely she should be okay. Alright. Getting there. I mean, the only way I'll be able to take care of this thing is if I purposely leave somebody with low HP to work on this thing. Or average HP. And I don't exactly want to do that. Alright, that should be enough. Exactly enough, so I can do boop, 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 done. Alright. So with that done, I can go ahead and just finish up the day. We'll send, it doesn't really matter who I send where, so we'll do this. That. You. Alright, and we'll go ahead and kill some clerks this time around. Missed one. Oh, you get to live for a little longer. Okay, so that puts me at a decent amount. So we'll pop you here. Alright, and then we'll just send you up here. Wait, why'd you get such a low result? Okay, whatever. Why do you have minus 37? Who's giving you that penalty? Okay, whatever. We'll have you work on it. Work on this. That should finish you up. Alright. Should finish up the day. We'll do a work complete. Skip to next day. It's just going to be an item, and like I said, I'm going to be resetting anyway. So we'll grab Thressa. And we'll skip. Here. And that should be everything. Alright, let's hit start. Options. Save and quit. Okay. And then I'm trying to remember if there's a way to like look up stuff, but I don't remember. Well, in any case, we'll go ahead and well, there's an easy way to check. I also didn't look up Harmony here, so if we have Harmony, we should be fine. So let's return to memory repository. Current encyclopedia will save, yes. And it doesn't say what day, but it's supposed to be 16. Okay, so I have to remake Lyrica. And if we go over the ego list, Harmony. Weapon damage plus 30% by consuming HP when the employee's HP is 10% or more. Even if it looks like a seemingly corrosive machine, the songs that come out of it captivate those who listen more than any other instrument. Instead, the user must dedicate himself. Art is the gift of the devil from despair and suffering. Do not stop playing until your body breaks like powder. Alright, so good news is we don't have to deal with that thing anymore. Bad news is I'm going to have to redo the grinding from the previous day, but that's okay because I didn't actually get a lot done because Can of Wheelchairs kind of screwed me. So, I am the Depressed Eeyore, this was Lobotomy Corporation. I'll continue on with this once I find more abnormalities. There's definitely a few more that we're missing. There's Yin, Yang, there's a left type that we're missing. I don't remember what else. See you guys next time.